Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Warm welcome to all of you for making it here this afternoon. Welcome to our new latest webinar. So I'd like to thank all the attendees here today for joining us. Thanks to our speaker, Mr. Deric Yeoh, and of course our chairman, Dr. William, for joining us today. So welcome again. I'd like to start off today by saying that it's a great honor to be able to host this today. And we'll start with some opening remarks from our chairman of Samantha Central, Dr. William Ng. Maybe a short introduction is in order. Dr. William Ng is first chairman in policy and government relations for Samantha. He's the immediate past president for Enterprise Asia and the chairman of the Asia Spa and Wellness Promotion Council, group publisher Business Media International, with various media under him. So it's also, I think some of you may be recipients of his awards as well. He's the managing director of AIC Exhibitions Berhad, managing director of Bain Residential REIT, and committee member for the Machinery and Engineering Industries Federation. So I'll just like to invite Dr. William to maybe give us the opening welcome remarks this afternoon. Dr. William?
Okay, thank you, Timothy, for putting this together. And also thank you, of course, to Deric for agreeing to be our speaker today. As many of you who are in the F&B and retail sector know, this pandemic is in all likelihood as tough as it gets for all of us. I think that the disruption has already happened even before COVID has hit us. Therefore, I think it is important for all of us to realize that we are not alone in this struggle. As such, we are quite happy that Deric has agreed today to share with us what he himself has done, as well as what the F&B Productivity Nexus that he champions at MPC has in store for all of us to try and overcome this crisis. So allow me to share a little bit about Samantha and what we do. Timothy, don't mind. So in fact, we are the oldest association for small and medium enterprises in this country, established in 1986, celebrating our 35th anniversary or 35th years this year in 2021. Right now, as it is, we have 2,000 plus live and ordering members, plus 1,000 plus affiliate members across our 3 regional committees, namely Samantha North, Samantha Central, and Samantha South. Some activities are in the next few slides. So our members predominantly, as you can see, are in the manufacturing sector and also manufacturing support sector, with about a quarter of each comprising of services industry, which includes retail and F&B. These are some of the programs that we've done over the years, business matching, trade missions, and so on. We have also had organized, in the next slide, numerous programs, awards, business matching, visitations, learning programs for our members, and so on and so forth. All right, so I don't take up too much of a time. I will just go to the last slide, which is basically is that, as you know, over the past 1 year, we have actually been quite active in engaging with the government, trying to sort of give the input of all of us SMEs to the government, so that in coming up with their policies and the rules, whether the recent hike issue or even the recent question of whether there's going to be a total lockdown or otherwise, as well as the various incentives the government can possibly provide to assist us SMEs to tide over the current pandemic. Some of this work has been done over the past 1 year. And as a result of that, I think you can see not only us, of course, but also other associations. So as you can see, because of that, there are some pro-business policies that's come out over the past 1 year. So for us to continue to do so, to be a voice of the SMEs, we do need, where possible, as many SMEs out there as possible to join force with us, because as we get bigger, the louder our voice can become. So here's a bit of a short advertisement about our membership. So we're waiving our entrance fee until the end of 2021. It's 150 ringgit per annum for an annual ordinary member. I think we are one of the lowest cost membership in the market. And by becoming our member, you can have your voice heard by the government, get first-hand info on opportunities and new policies as we distribute them, as well as participate in our various subcommittees, and of course, bulk purchase and discounts for product services that all of us will require. So thanks again, everyone, for being in today's webinar. Thanks, team, for the short opportunity to shout about Samantha. And thanks, Deric, for being our speaker today. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Dr. William. Thanks so much for the introduction, and thanks so much for outlining what Samantha is doing. And thank you very much. So today, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to it. I'd like to introduce you to the speaker of the day, Mr. Deric Yeoh. Maybe a short introduction of Mr. Deric Yeoh. So Mr. Deric Yeoh is, of course, the director of Revenue Valley Sierra Berhad, which houses local and international F&B brands such as the Manhattan Fish Market, the New York Steak Shack, and of course, a new local brand, which is Dapolah. He has been active in the area of franchise business development for the group for the past 10 plus years, and he's also the vice chairman of the Malaysian Franchise Association. He has been a frequent contributor to Malaysian franchise industry for training and seminars provided by MFA. Furthermore, he's also the chairman of the Franchise Malaysia exhibition. Mr. Deric has also been appointed as chairman of the Nexus Productivity for retail and food and beverages under the Malaysia Productivity Corporation. His international experiences include, of course, franchise development and consultancies from Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Oman, and of course, many, many more. So we are proud and happy to have Mr. Deric join us today as the speaker. So without further ado, I will just pass on the time to Mr. Deric to share his screen. Mr. Deric, over to you.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me, Tim?
Yep, we can hear you,
Okay, thank you so much, Timothy, for having me today, and thank you for inviting me to join this session. And thank you, Dr. William, just now for the brief introduction of what is Samantha all about. I think, today I'm going to share a bit. Well, the title is about Go Digital under Nexus F&B and Retail F&B. But then, of course, I will be probably sharing more on terms of what is Nexus doing, what is actually Nexus all about. Yes, let me share the screen first. Okay, can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I want to make it as casual as possible. Don't make it so formal. So I think most of us know each other in a way or another. I'm not sure how many of you here I know, because I can't see the list here. It's okay. So probably what I want to share today is about Nexus productivity under retail and food and beverage sectors. Yeah. So basically, this Nexus is set up under the Malaysia Productivity Corporation under the Malaysia Productivity Blueprint. So the council is actually chaired by the Prime Minister, and of course under this governing Productivity Council, we have the NOPC, which is the Oversight Productivity Committee, to look at the progress and the initiatives that all the Productivity Nexus is doing. And also, of course, there's a delivery office, management office, which is co-chaired by the MITI ministry, and also MEA, which is Entrepreneur Development Ministry. So there's two ministry involved here. And also, of course, the advisory will be all the policy task force by EPU, Economic Planning Unit, and also Ministry of Entrepreneur. All right. So under this initiative, under this productivity blueprint, there are actually 9 nexus being set up. So one of it is actually the nexus that we talk about today, which is retail and F&B. So the rest of the nexus will comprises like electrical and electronics, chemicals, machineries, agro-food, ICT, professional services, and also private healthcare. So I think the other one that is closest to us, probably most impacted, I mean, everyone is impacted, but tourism is also one of the ones that we are working very closely with our retail and F&B nexus, yeah? So this productivity nexus actually act as a bridge between the nexus and all the other agencies or any other government bodies that actually help to boost the productivity through a lot of initiative under all these nexuses, okay? So under this F&B, retail and F&B productivity nexus, there are 4 pillars that we look at. Okay, there are R1, we call it R1, 2, 3, 4, yeah? So number 1, we actually look at what is, how do we actually provide support for digitalization of business operations and build e-commerce capabilities to all the SMEs. All right, I'll talk about the people, I mean the companies or the groups that we categorize under this nexus. Yeah. So the second initiative is actually on how do we promote opportunities for a lot of sharing economy platform. All right, I will also share what is sharing economy platform. As a general guide, it's actually a platform that you can use, for example, Airbnb, delivery platform that can be shared among all the industry players. Yeah. And then the third one will be actually, how do we actually strengthen the retail and F&B competencies? So I will also share what we have done for the past 1-2 years, and also moving forward, what is the moving forward plan. So these are all the three nexus initiative under this nexus retail and F&B productivity nexus. The fourth one is actually when all this is stabilized or all this has been put in place, we will also like to help some of the medium or ready to go international companies or SMEs to go even bigger to international scene or market. Yeah. So this is to provide assistance to all the retail F&B players to grow internationally, either via the franchising method or any other direct investment or direct penetration market kind of effort. Okay. All right. So currently, the retail and F&B productivity nexus, we have a governing committee that that I am actually chairing, and we have the committee comprises of all the members from different associations, and those different individuals that have a lot of contribution to the industry. Okay, we have currently we have our members from Kamda, Mr. Kamal. We have also Dr. Ringo, Ms. Valerie from MRCA, Mr. Lim from Seng Heng, Datin Ayu from KPDN HAP. We have Dato Amir from Maidin, Dato Razali from MFA, Malaysia Franchise Association. Puan Emilia is from Ministry of Economic Planning, EPU. Datin Rusia from Madrid, and also Tuan Haji Muhammad Taib from BRO, Bumiputra Association. Yeah. So a quick glance through on what is the current productivity measures. Yeah. So we can see that due to the COVID issues, our productivity level for this F&B, retail F&B actually drops starting from 2019. So this is the level of productivity in terms of hours of working, and also the productivity growth. So definitely is a downtrend. Of course, everybody know that is why we have this productivity nexus. Not just before, it's actually started way before COVID. So COVID actually came in halfway, that we actually have to innovate some of the initiatives to actually assist some of our SMEs, and also provide some consultancy also approaches to help some of the SME, especially the very, very small one. Okay. So, like I said just now, this nexus actually provides enhancement program to enterprises to encourage the productivity growth at the sectoral level. Okay, so we also addresses a lot of key challenges, including all the we call it regulatory issues faced by all the industry players. Yeah, especially for example, the red tapes, the different issues of the setting up of a business, things like that. So these are the things that we also look at. So as I mentioned, there are 4 blueprints that I mentioned just now. So which is R1 and R1, 2, 3, and 4. So our members are mainly from the industry and mainly from different associations. Yeah. So these are the 4 initiatives: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so glance through of some of the productivity challenges. Yeah. So as we know, in this nexus, retailers, or even F&B players, we are very highly reliant on low skill or even low wage workers, and that is why we have a lot of challenges in terms of having workers or foreign workers issues that we have get a lot of response and challenges, feedback from a lot of the industry players. Yeah, so this is one of the challenges that we actually put forward and try to overcome and help. Yeah, we also have lack of operational efficiency tracking methods or methodology used by a lot of retailers or F&B, because out of so many SMEs and under this nexus, there are many mom and pop shops that's very, very small, and they don't have the expertise or don't have the privilege to have a skill, a system to help on their productivity or in terms of the operations and to build that business. Yeah, so that's why the adoption of technology is also very low. So when we look at all these R1, 2, 3, and 4, we are putting in every year. We will have different initiatives proposed and put in. So some of it that we have actually run through is actually we under the R1, which is provide a platform to go into digitalization. We have different types of webinars and awareness programs that we have built in previously. Yeah, we have actually put in the e-commerce platform for all the SMEs to actually put in their brands or their websites to get more people to know these companies or their products. We also have advisory support platform where we actually initiated the advisory clinics during the first MCO until second MCO, which actually have more than 20 over industry players, also called the industry experts, to actually coach a lot of small and medium companies that have registered with us during that period of time. How do we overcome different challenges that they face from the from their inventory issues, the marketing issues, the branding issues, and also their supply chain issues. So those are the things that we did at the time. We also help them in terms of how do they get into, before COVID also we have a lot of awareness programs like how do we get into e-payment, e-payment gateway, e-wallets, things like that, which is very basic to a lot of very small players. Yeah, when we cover SMEs under this nexus, there are different categories. We have the slightly the chain group, the chain stores, where they have already got certain standards and also certain capacity. But we also have a lot of very small ones, very small small businesses out there that really need our attention as well. Okay, so when we do all the initiative, we actually hope to cover every single category that we can go down to. All right, which is why we have different associations to help us as well. So in terms of sharing economies, we also have a lot of sessions. We actually brought in a lot of, especially local vendors, yeah, who has a lot of platforms that can be shared among all the industry players. Some of us, like some of the smaller players, they don't have a marketing team, for example, to do their marketing or advertising and promotion activities. They actually can get a lot of freelancers out there in the market, which is can help them in terms of project basis and piecemeal kind of projects that is available in terms of different applications or platforms that we actually promote. Yeah, that is why we actually gather all this information for them to actually share to all the industry players. Okay, and in terms of R3, we actually developed a talent development program, a booklet. Actually, we redesigned a book in terms of job description, yeah, in terms of career path, that if you join our retail or F&B sectors, what will be your career path? So this book, or this so-called guidebook, has been published, I think in 2019, the late 2019, and it's actually being distributed to all the industry player, also the job opportunity portal, that they can actually share with the job seekers that coming into a retail and F&B platform, they have a lot of opportunity in terms of career growth. Yeah, so this is what we do. Okay, in terms of R4, we actually also develop a lot of a few framework for all the existing companies that has yet to go international on how do they actually go out of Malaysia to expand their business. So I'm covering this as a whole. I will go into detail shortly. Okay, so we also do a survey, a evaluation on what is the readiness of certain players or certain industry players, whether they are ready in terms of their business plan, or the product is available, ready and is unique enough to go international. What is their challenges and what is their worries of not going into international? So those are the platforms or the initiatives that we have done. Okay. So okay, so this is what I mentioned just now. Yeah, R1 provide SME with e-commerce availability. So we have we actually gather a lot of industry experts in terms of e-commerce, or actually digital kind of efforts to actually brief all the SMEs players that we have under our database. So of course, today I'm happy that as Samantha also have a group of database. It's just that some of your database may be suitable for very suitable in terms of this nexus, because we focus on retail and F&B. Retail can be very broad, yeah. F&B is very specific, it's food and beverage, so no problem. But retail, we hope to get more people to come to understand Nexus and some of the initiative under Nexus that you actually Samantha can help to let them know. Yeah, so come forward, we will be able to share more efforts that we want to help retailers. Okay, so in terms of building e-commerce, we have also built a microsite to actually let all the small and medium company to put in your information, also your website or whatever your product is, to let more people understand your brand. Okay, so these are some of the e-commerce platform that we have built. All right. So in terms of R3, when I mentioned just now, we actually built the guidebook. So under the program or this initiative, we want to enhance the capability or capacity or the skill set of the retail employees. Yeah, we know we are depending a lot on the foreign worker, especially on the F&B side, but we also know that the law actually prohibited that we use the foreign worker in terms of the service front. So that's why we want to help to get more locals to be able to come and join this industry. And of course, there are many ways that we can do it, but of course, it's a great challenge that we want to overcome this. So until now, and even in 2021 or 2022, our focus will still be how do we help the industry to get more productivity by giving a lot of efforts or initiative to build this industry to be a more approachable industry that a lot of youngsters will come into. Okay, these are the microsites that I mentioned just now. We have different companies that have come on board to showcase their companies, and then we will actually publish, and more international buyers or local buyers will be able to know, because it's actually linked to Matrix platform. So Matrix, as we know, Matrix will have a lot of international buyers. They know they want to come into Malaysia, get Malaysian products or brands. That is why we want to link all the members, whether they have a basic platform, website or information. No problem, you can come into this microsite and then put in your information, then Matrix will help to actually publish all this information. Okay, all right. Okay, I think Okay, so for 2021, we are continuing with the efforts to build more digitalization effort to help the capabilities or capacity of the SMEs in terms of e-commerce. Yeah, so we are actually currently building a database of high potential SMEs, or all the SMEs that we have currently. And then the database will also encompasses all the business operators or the vendors and also the industry experts together. So with this database, we can actually get all the SMEs, or even the SMEs that is in this retail F&B, to get more information from the service providers or business operators in the same database. So currently we are on track. We have currently 3,000 users, 100 providers on board this database. We are actually collecting more database, and I think Samantha can actually also contribute by getting us more, or join, or let all the SMEs know that we have this platform. If you come into this platform, not only you can share information, you can also know some of the coming, moving forward initiative for some of the happenings or progress in the digital platform. Yeah, so once we have this database, we are going to move into more efforts into strengthening the e-commerce ecosystem. I have also met up 2-3 weeks ago. I have also met up with the PCOM Malaysia side, the chairperson, the chairman, to talk about how does PCOM come into the picture to help all this effort as well. So they are going to help us on the database building, and also to build some of the very basic needs in terms of the SMEs, especially the F&B players and also retailers. Yeah, in terms of delivery platform, we know that this COVID has actually triggered us into moving into very much on delivering food, delivering products via online, and also via third party, or even even if it is a third party or last mile delivery, these are the current needs in the industry. And because of this, we hope that there's a easier platform or more affordable platform for all these SMEs to use. Yeah. So in fact, in terms of when we talk about delivery, food delivery or delivery vendors or last mile delivery, instant fulfillment delivery, things like that, we have done a lot of engagement sessions with different parties, including all the international bigger brands and delivery vendors. We have talked to the local vendors, and to our surprise, there are actually more than 40 local delivery vendors out there, and it's increasing day by day. As a date, I think we have captured around 40 over, if I'm not mistaken. Local delivery vendors, small and medium, and some you may not heard about it, they have actually mushroomed around the industry. So we are actually trying to, we are not trying to actually build a third giant platform, but we are trying to help the smaller or the local platform to be competitive, to provide all the local SMEs or all the SMEs in the industry another choice, another options of delivering foods or products to the consumer. Yeah, so that is our current projects or current initiative that we are trying to help. NPC or Nexus is not the project owner. Yeah, we actually initiate project, and we will have different parties to come in and help us execute, and we are the one who actually try to monitor and try to engage different to bridge the gap between all these different parties, right? So we are not, which is why we are not commercial based. Even though I'm I'm one of the industry players, all the Nexus is actually chaired or led by an industry player. So it's very different from any other government agencies or government bodies that you see, which is why Nexus is something that the government want the industry side to actually lead the industry and give them the direct feedback, and then they will help us to bridge all the gaps and also to help us to progress. Yeah. All right. So under R2, we also provide sharing economy that I mentioned just now. So one of the issues is to deal with, which I just mentioned, the instant fulfillment platform. These are the one that I talk about. We are collecting data. We have a lot of online survey. We've done a lot of engagement with all different parties, even with GrabFood, Foodpanda. I mean, there's no need to hide from it. We have talked to separately to them. We have talked to different local groups and also all the most of the F&B players, some of the F&B players, yeah, about their challenges as well. So what we were going to do is actually one of the initiatives that we are still planning is actually to have a unified e-commerce platform, a platform, probably not e-commerce, a platform that we can house all the F&B or even retailers in one site, one commerce, one online platform, and we can also provide all the local delivery vendors to come into the same platform to offer a service to all the customers that buy from all these restaurants or retailers, an option to check out whether you want to choose delivery vendors A, B, or C. So this is something that we're thinking whether it will make sense or not. So far, so good. The response is good. I mean, the acceptance is good. So, but it's going to be a big project that we are trying to do. So this is what we are currently doing. I think the COVID has actually slowed down some of the progress because we can't do a lot of face-to-face meetings, but we have a lot of meetings like this. Yeah. And then in terms of R3, strengthening the competency. Just now I mentioned that previously we have done the guidebook, the competencies guidebook, career path. How do we look at the career path if somebody actually come into the picture of this sectors or this industry, retail and F&B? We want to change the perception, the mindset for the youngsters, especially that coming into this industry that actually hopes and has actually future for them. So on top of that, this year we actually wanted to enhance further by giving them an opportunity. If you come into this industry, we will probably we are actually started to work with some of the different stakeholders, yeah, to actually provide a certification course for all these people that join us, of course, on certain criteria, that they will be given a certification upon a certain period of time or working in an industry. And from there, they can probably be able to accept into a more degree kind of program in a local universities or even a public, private or public universities based on their experience. So before that, I think we know that most of the industry players, I mean the industries workers in the F&B and retailers those schools from probably up to SPMs and things like that, right? So now we want to give them career progression in terms of how do they actually improve their career path by having an improved kind of knowledge building in terms of learning by going into certain certificate courses that we will build. Yeah, so this one we actually have gotten a blessing from some of the key stakeholders, and then we are actually working with different the individuals and different parties, and even with HRDF to get the courses running and to recruit the staff or companies with the staff that actually want to progress into this program to build this program together. Yeah. All right, and now for the last one is actually that mentioned just now is to grow international. So one of the key tools that we are using here is actually franchising. So of course, franchising is not the only way for you to grow international, to go into international market, but one of the easier or more direct way is to go into franchising, where you can actually appoint a franchisee in different countries to grow your brand. But of course, there are also retailers or F&B players that want to go into international market, for example, the Southeast Asia or the nearby countries by themselves on their own. So this is where we can actually help them. So this one we won't go into very detail, but we will actually go on case-by-case basis, right? So these are the overview of what is actually retail and F&B Nexus productivity is all about. So I hope I have actually covered some of the essence of the insights of this productivity Nexus. And well, we are glad that there are many, there are all the big players in the Nexus. There are also a lot of small and medium players in this Nexus, and we hope to get more people to be aware that Nexus productivity for retail and F&B is here to help. We may not know everything, but we are here to listen to your challenges, and we have the networking. I mean, this Nexus have the networking and have the way to go into different areas to help the industry. So we are also, I have also attended a few meetings with Pemuda, which is a committee set up by the Prime Minister office to actually look at different issues that not being able to settle or resolve quickly, to go into a different platform until the level of a Pemuda set up a committee to actually listen to our issues. So those are the issues that are probably quite new or quite urgent that we have done it with the committee. Then thereafter, they actually set up a platform called My Muda. It's actually an online platform that you can actually probably later or send Timothy the link. That My Muda is actually a platform that you can also, as an individual or business, you can also write directly to My Muda some of your concerns. And then they will actually look at it and direct to the respective Kementerian or ministry or agencies to look at the issues. Yeah, but of course, those issues that go to Pemuda will be very issues that are quite urgent or quite, I mean, has been there for some times, things like that, so that we actually go there. Otherwise, the Kementerian, each Kementerian will be able to actually resolve. Yeah. So okay, I think that's all from me today on my slide sharing. Okay, Tim.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Deric. Okay, so we're now into the question and answer part of it. If you have any questions, you can put it down in the chat. So essentially, I think there were some questions that came in just now. If
okay, I didn't see that yet.
Yeah, I think it was in the chat just now. Let me pull them up. Okay, so I think one of the questions that came in just now was how do we get on board on the Martrade micro site, or is it open to retail outlets only?
Okay, I think that initiative was done in 2019. I think the microsite is always there. Probably just write in, probably team, you just help me to gather all these companies that would like to go on board of this microsite. Then we can actually forward it. I can actually forward it to the secretariat to process that.
Sure. So join us on the type into the chat your contacts, and I'll take note of it. Thanks. Second question was I think there was a question that came in, was how successful was the negotiation with Foodpanda and Grab on the commission taken? Primarily, I think that's
all right. I think it's actually not a negotiation. It's actually a discussion from a Nexus perspective. To talk to we talk to the key person of Grab Food. So they hear us from the industry point of view, and of course at that point of time we already know that we are not going to force them to reduce, and we don't have the rights to do so. We only share with them what is the current situation, what is the challenges of some of the very small, even the very small players out there. So they actually take a note on that, and from our side, that's why I said just now, we are trying to help in another way by helping the local delivery vendors to come into the picture more effectively and more have more capacity or capability to help the industry players. So I think from that discussion, previously I think the highest commission base is actually at 35%. Most of the very small or single or very boutique shop, they are getting 35. The last that I talked to them probably 3 weeks ago, they have actually reduced down to 30% now. So the max is actually 30%.
Okay, great.
For Grab Food,
hope that it's I think it's a work in progress. So I think I think Deric is doing whatever he can as well to communicate the issues from our side as retailers and F&B people.
Because it's not regulated in this matter per se, so we can only talk to them, discuss them, and share with them what is the concern of the market.
Thank you so much. I hope that answers the question. There's another question that came in. So what is the criteria for trainers and coaches to participate in the upskilling program for F&B businesses career path progression? Is it linked with MPC's Virtual Advisory Council?
There's actually two different projects. Virtual Advisory Council clinics, right? Actually, you can still, once we open up for the intake, I think we can still take in some of the coaches or so-called the mentors, once we open up because we're going to do it continuously. So it can, once it is being opened up, I will let you know. Then you can actually share with the members, and then they can actually sign up, and whether they will be able to be selected or not, that is open, provided you have some background and some coaching experience and things like that, tailored, to different topics, subject matters. So that's open. As for the progress, the upscaling program, we have actually selected the vendors. We have actually selected a few vendors to work with them already, because this was done last year itself, and the program has been built since last year. So this year is actually the execution part.
Okay, excellent. Hope that answers the question. So as when it opens, you will let us know lah.
Yes.
Okay, so sorry, Deric, there's a question here that can smaller players or smaller F&B players be involved in the Nexus as well?
Can we want to get in touch with all especially the very small one that we don't know how to get in touch with sometimes. So we want to reach out to everyone Yeah, that's why I just talked to my secretary a moment ago before this session that we want to have more engagement, especially the smaller one out there. How do we actually reach out to them? Yeah, they can actually come to us. We will have a lot of interaction, engagement, so we will know what is issues, concerns, and challenges. Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. I think I'm not sure if there are other questions or there's some question. How can we interact with the Nexus? I think I'm about to share that out. I'm about to share that out. If you have any more questions, please type it into the chat. But what I wanted to share with you is some of the contact details for the Nexus. So for MPC, I think there's you can talk to Miss Susanna. That's her number up there. You can also send her an email. If you have any other inquiries or any other questions about maybe the membership or what you can do, you can of course speak to us at Samantha as well. We're more than happy to help you. You can also WhatsApp Miss Joey. She's in charge of our membership, and any other inquiries with regards to the F&B and retail side. Please direct them to me. That's my contact. That's my email as well. I'll be able to communicate and speak to Deric on an ongoing basis. So if you have any questions, please feel free to share that with me. Is there any other questions that we have today? I think there's no other questions. So Deric, would you like to say anything to wrap up today, or?
Right. I think thank you so much for. I think we have a lot, 60 over participants today. So thank you for all of you to come on board to listen to what is Nexus all about. So Nexus has been there for a few years. So of course we try to let a lot of more people to understand what is the initiative under Nexus, and this is actually an effort by the government, to let the industry players to drive the industry by listening to us, listening not just in terms of challenges, but also in terms of suggestions. If you have any ideas or suggestions how to go about it, we are welcome to listen to it. I mean, you are welcome to come on board and let us know. Yeah, so we have a different platform for you to come on board to get in touch with us. And of course, you can actually get in touch with Tim. Tim will probably represent Samantha to let Nexus know about your issues and also challenges. Yeah.
Yep. So that's what I'm here for. Thank you, Deric. Again, thank you so much to our panelists today. Thanks for the opening remarks, Dr. William. Thank you, Deric, most of all for your time, and of course MPC as well for preparing the slides with us. If they want any part of the slides, can they also contact Miss Susanna?
Can we actually will clean up the slide a bit, then we can actually share it out. No problem.
Yes, thank you so much. So attendees, thank you very much. Please feel free to get connected with us on any issues that you have regarding any of what was shared today. I know there was a lot of good information shared. So thank you very much, and I think that's all for today. Thanks so much, everyone, for attending this session today. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.